Welcome viewers. So let's first understand why we are here today and why we are listening and why we are viewing the entire webcast. So soft skills, the basic overview. So let's first understand what are soft skills. Soft skills versus hard skills. This is how the interviewers these days are actually comparing your skills. So whenever we are sitting for interviews or we are interacting with the HR or we are interacting with either or any of the technical teams, they are genuinely looking at your technical knowledge, but on the other hand, they are also observing you, testing you simultaneously and very silently in a very subtle fashion, testing you, typically speaking, on your soft skills. How you present, how you speak, what not to do, what to do, and to be very precise, what is to be done and how it is to be done to reach that particular goal, that particular level wherein your soft skills become highly polished. So today in this session, I will be giving you the entire overview of what, why, how of the soft skills and exactly why soft skills are so important in today's competitive scenario, especially the post-COVID scenario wherein there was a time wherein the corporate sector had reached a scene wherein most of the even the seniors in the hierarchy were not getting adequately paid. They were working on half salaries. So it is due to such scenarios that corporates had started either firing or the people had started leaving these companies. So now when the rehiring has started both for the experienced professionals as well as the freshers. So in either or case, soft skills give you that edge clearly and quite frankly to get rehired at a better package, much higher package, double the package, maybe quadruple the package, or even for the freshers to get placed in much better positions and compared to their peers and much better packages as well. If you are we'll also see through during the session, if you have got good soft skills, then you can ace much earlier and much better, in a much better fashion, that is, as compared to your peers as well as your seniors, right, your own alumni. So you, if want to progress, develop and earn more, then definitely you should understand this session. So you must understand the entire webcast, you must read through more of the soft skills content, but for all that, concentrate in this webcast. So the objective today, any and every webcast of ours definitely has an objective sticking behind, and this creates the framework. So the objective we have today is by far creating awareness in all of you and making all of you self-introspect regarding an improvement of individual soft skills, of course, in your professional as well as personal lives for your own development. So why is it that creating awareness is important? Why is it that the self-introspection is so important? It is important because once you've realized where you're standing and you know your destination, then you can easily chart out your path. Once you know that, you can easily start working on traveling and moving on that path, treading on that path. You can take those measures, you can execute those measures to actually self-improve, right? So this will actually propel you, drive you from jumping from a, let's say, a 1 lakh per annum or a 2 lakh per annum to a 12 to 14, 16 lakh per annum of salaries. Why am I talking about the packages, the salary packages? Because that's what pretty much matters behind all of the education that you receive and all of the skill-oriented certifications, all of the soft skills that you acquire. Ultimately, it is the money game. So throughout, I will be quoting such examples, citing certain surveys. So yet again, so what matters is the self-introspection, self-analysis, the probing, the questions that you ask yourself, right? So soft skills are meant to be acquired. They are somewhere there in the atmosphere, somewhere there in the air. So they are meant to be acquired for your professional development as well as personal development. Going further, so the basic definition, a soft skill is a personal attribute that supports situational awareness, that is the situation you are in, and enhances an individual's ability to get a job done. The situation given in which you are, you need to execute a particular task and you have been given certain goals, right? So now using your own fixed abilities, or maybe you can enhance those abilities and very easily get that task done, that job done. Once you get that job done, you are assigned the next task or the next job, and that is how you move in your life, in your career. The quicker, the faster you attain those goals, you execute those jobs, those tasks, the faster you are able to move up the ladder in the company's hierarchy. It's very simple. So the term soft skills is often used as a synonym for people skills or emotional intelligence. So emotional intelligence we'll come to in much detail in the later session, in a later session. So people skills, people oriented skills. So you need to understand yourself first. That's how these steps go. Then you need to understand the environment around you. You need to understand the people in it, and finally you get to the people part again, and you start getting the tasks which we just discussed get executed through them. Because ultimately we are existing in a society, we are existing in the office environment, and we need to get our tasks done in a very non-conflicting manner, right? That's what the basic goal is of all the soft skills. So we'll be seeing many of the soft skills, but just before that, let's see what I have for you. Now, so we have already observed, we are observing, and during the entire session, we will further probe the in-depth basic definitions, types, and further subcategories of soft skills, and further some of the more subcategories which are related to soft skills. So I will also be throwing light and sharing some details on the practical implementation and the developmental aspects to it, right? So some of the practical implementations, like I already shared about the incremental packages and the competition and the impact of the competition on you. In case you have better soft skills, you will be better than your competition. In case not, then definitely you suffer through your at the hands of your competition. So it is ultimately you as the judge, whether or not you want to, or whether or not you've decided that I will be at a higher level day by day. I'll be working on my soft skills, and believe you me, any and every particular company, any and every particular corporate out there is just looking out for you, a person like you. But then they are also searching for an improved version, an improved person, a better person like you, but with a better set of soft skills. So why not give them that, right? Let's see further. So why are soft skills important? Let's see. So unlike our hard skills, which actually describe a person's technical ability, let's focus on this, the technical ability to perform a specifically defined task. Unlike this, soft skills are broadly applicable across the job titles, the job descriptions, and industries. So it's often said that while hard skills might get someone an interview, but the soft skills will help that person get and keep the job. So when you are outside the particular doorstep of the particular company or a corporate, right? So the hard skills will get you inside the interview room door. So you get to interact with the HR, the human resources department, that yes, I am an engineer, or I am a commerce graduate, I am an economics graduate, I have a 7.5, 8.5, maybe 9.5 CGPA. That's fine, right? You've done a couple of certifications of certain softwares or of certain magnitude, greater magnitude from international universities. That's fine. Now, when you're sitting for that interview, you don't get selected. Quite a shocker. Get shocked, right? You must get shocked. Because you were so qualified, you had so many certifications, and yet you couldn't qualify for the interview. You couldn't get selected. You couldn't qualify and get selected. You couldn't get across even the basic round. Question, why? Right? That does strike you, right? So the reason behind that is, let's say you're not able to express yourself well. Let's say you're not able to present yourself well. Let's say, for example, you were not able to comprehend and understand what the interviewer is asking you. And you just went there, you sat there, you shared your CV, he asked you to take you through your CV. Fine, you gave a broad explanation, but you gave an explanation, you couldn't connect with the interviewer. So the technical abilities, qualifications, you are excellent at, you are really good at, but you cannot and you do not know how to express it, how to share it, right? How to highlight it when you're speaking. You don't know where to pause, you don't know where to put those commas, put those full stops, right? When you're speaking, actually, not writing, when you're speaking. So all of that, all those pauses, all of that modulation, right? All of that intonation. I'm talking of communication skills right now, which is part of a soft skills. So if you cannot do that, if you stutter a lot, lots of fillers, right, when you're speaking. So if your oral skills, if your communication skills are not too polished, not too good, then you need to work on that. So the why of soft skills, just with the example, is what I've just shared with you. So even if you get selected through an interview, you need to, like we just said, soft skills are actually people skills. So why people skills? Because even if you get selected in the interview, the dynamics, the people dynamics inside the organization, you need to understand them. You need to talk to each and every different individual just in the manner, the best manner possible, the best customized manner possible. Any and every person would not like to be addressed in the same fashion. Some people are softer in approach, some people are much harder in approach. There are language ambiguities. You need to gauge all that. You need to understand all that, and then talk to them. How you talk, how you speak is very important to be successful in your career. Going further, priority, very simple. So business executives, leaders are making soft skills, just like I said, more of a priority when hiring, as they are often essential for workers, employees, the corporates, the glitterati to succeed in modern organizations. Everything can be either hierarchical or everything can be lateral. So either which ways, you need to get into the organization, you need to bond with the people, right? So when you have to, you have to. No exceptions. So in 2018, just considering all of this, LinkedIn listed the following: leadership, communication, collaboration, and time management as the top 4 most in-demand soft skills. So these were listed with LinkedIn by all the human resource department officials, right? All the human resource executives. So we need to understand that leadership, yes, so leadership qualities, leadership as a skill, communication, so how to build that connect in just 2 minutes, that any and every person wants to talk to you, they feel that you're approachable. Collaboration, so you need to be collaborative. You are ready to show that teamwork, you're ready to talk to everyone, right? And everyone feels that yes, the person is very collaborative when it comes to work. Time management, so you are very much adept, and you very much when it comes to time management, you need to be stubborn, yes. So you are very much adept and professional when it comes to managing your time as well as respecting other people's time. So in case you get a meeting fixed with anyone inside or outside your organization, you must be on time. That is one of the very basics. So we'll be looking into the details shortly. Now, another company, a technology company, I wanted to share this with you, ICIMS Inc., which actually is into developing of recruiting and other employee management related softwares. So pretty much they are interacting with the HR departments of different organizations. They analyzed their proprietary data and found that problem solving, adaptability, and time management, again, time management is highlighted again, were actually the top 3 soft skills that recruiters sought in the candidates. So problem solving, something very basic to understand how good are you actually in solving your routine problems at work, right? How well you can cooperate, coordinate, as well as collaborate with your teammates, or if you are a one-man show, then how well you can do that outfield, right, with your competitors, and eventually you are highlighted as a problem solver, right? Adaptability, how soon, how quickly you can adapt to any or every, let's say the example, one of those examples, let's pick one of those examples of software upgrades, right? So how quickly can you adapt to that? Or let's say how quickly can you adapt to the changes in your organization with respect to the people themselves, right? So how quickly can you adapt to them? Now there's a new member in the team. How quickly do you adapt to that? There's a new boss. How quickly do you adapt to that? Time management, we just shared. So these are the top 3 soft skills that an employee management related software company actually enlists. So time management was pretty much common between LinkedIn and ICIMS. So I think we all need to manage our time well. Going further, so yes, the other important soft skills include adaptability. You're getting adapted to different situations and different problems as well, and the ability to be diplomatic, very important, and respectful as well at the same time. So in case you want to be diplomatic, very well, but then there are situations when there has to be a yes or a no, you have to make a choice. So when you make a choice, you have to make it very respectfully, respectful to your peers, respectful to your bosses, your subordinates, respectful to any team member from the other team, let's say another departmental team, or the best case, respectful towards your competitors. So there will be disagreements. It's your career, right? It spans your entire lifetime. So there have to be disagreements. How you respond to it, kindly respond to it. Do not react to it. Do not overreact to it. Because each and every company, if you think you work in this company, there was a disagreement, now you want to put down your papers and you want to move on to the next company. And by doing that, you can escape you can't escape. Any and every HR resource is connected to any and every other HR resource, and when you qualify the interview in your second company, right, the second company HR is actually going to seek your feedback from the previous HR, previous company's HR. And obviously, if you've had a disagreement in a very disrespectful manner, the feedback won't be good, right? So try to be diplomatic, practice it. Being diplomatic is not so easy, so practice it, right? There are methods, there are ways, there are techniques. We'll be looking into those in a more detailed fashion in our further sessions. And be respectful, especially to your subordinates. Okay, of course to your bosses, but also to your peers and subordinates. Right. Now, to actually reiterate, to actually share again, I've put this here, that soft skills are nothing but your personality traits and your behaviors. So your personality traits get highlighted in different situations. And your behaviors, of course, we all are humans. We do not behave in a standard, static manner under different conditions. We don't do that, right? So we behave in different situations very, very uniquely or very differently, right? It's quite obvious. So unlike your technical or hard skills, your soft skills are not about the knowledge you possess, but the behaviors. Let's be specific, and let me emphasize again, they're not they're not very much like your hard skills. They are very much unlike your hard skills, and they are all about your behaviors and your personality traits. So we also have personality development programs, and we need to join them to work upon ourselves to become successful professionals. So the behaviors you need to display in different situations. So how to behave, genuinely speaking, how to behave professionally. How to behave professionally is what is very important, right? Going further, yeah. So again, soft skills include any skill that can be classified as a personality trait or a habit. So now, from personality traits to behavior, and now we are on habits, because something repeatedly done, a behavior repeatedly done, becomes your habit, right? Once it becomes your habit, and if it is a bad one, I think we need to work on it, we need to change it. So again, there are programs, there are sessions to it, and we can look into it. We can change that. So habits can be changed. We all know that. Now, interpersonal skills and communication skills are more specific categories of your soft skills that many employers really look for in job candidates. So these days, if you check on LinkedIn or any of those job portals, companies clearly write in their added profile requirements, good communication skills are much anticipated or much appreciated, right? So they are clearly writing that if you've got good communication skills, the writing as well as the speaking, right? So it is much appreciated. And another thing, the cherry on the icing of the cake, that if you've got good communication skills, you can also negotiate and actually and really get a package hike, right? So you need to improvise and you need to understand in the heat of the moment that how you can present yourself and how you can communicate. So you can clearly see the top 10 soft skills at present. There will be more of such graphics, and I will be explaining them to you in reference to context. So communication, self-motivation, leadership, responsibility bearing, right? How responsible you are, teamwork, problem solving, decisiveness, how quickly you can take the right decisions for the team as well as yourself. The ability to work under pressure, very important. How much of pressure can you actually take? And time management, we've already discussed that. Flexibility, so how flexible are you actually when we talk of the changing circumstances, the changing market scenarios, the changing organizational conditions? How much flexible are you? Then comes negotiation and conflict resolution. Something very important for my audience who actually want a career in sales, right? So negotiation is one tact. Negotiation is one quality that those hiring bigwigs are actually looking out for in you, right? If you are applying for a sales profile. Conflict resolution. So of course, if you are in a team role or if you are in a team leading role, conflict resolution is something very, very critical, right? Going further, so like I promised you, so we'll be looking into some of the types of soft skills. So communication skills. So when we talk of communication skills, language skills comes as a part of it. Language skills would be reading, writing, speaking, but communication skills goes beyond, because communication skills is not just about the knowledge on language. It is also about knowing a person or understanding a person in the first 5 to 10 seconds, right? And then trying to build a connect with the person, understanding him or her. Interpersonal skills. Interpersonal skills, very important, and somewhere overlaps with communication skills. Interpersonal means interacting or the interaction between two persons. So very important and very critical for your growth. Emotional intelligence. So your emotional quotient, you knowing the other person and understanding the other person and responding, again, very important, responding to the other person's response, again, responding to the other person's responses, sentences, whatever the other person is trying to communicate with you, you need to understand that and build that connect. Professional writing, it's not just writing of your CV, also includes your email etiquette, it includes all those letters. Yes, we've got only emailing, but yes, still, in many of the government sectors, many of the government organizations, in all those file works, you must know how to write a physical application. So your professional writing, apart from email etiquettes, is very important. Teamwork, of course. So there are team building exercises, there are team building workshops that are conducted. You need to, first of all, control your overreactions, your anger, and then you need to also understand the overall chemistry between the people around you, and you need to also determine the magnitude and determine the tolerance that different people have. At times you can be that the element who creates the kind of bonding which is required for the success, right? So with that, going on to the next slide. Now, professional attitude or professional development. So a lot goes into this particular area, this particular scenario, this particular type of soft skill. So we need more time to cover this. I'll say just one thing shortly, that for professional development, you need to focus 24/7 on yourself and even your personal habits. Personality development, how you wear, what you wear, how you talk, what you speak, all of this counts and matters, right? Again, lots to be read, lots to be understood, and that will actually create a new you. So the more you read, the better you become as a person. Work ethics. this is a much deeper area. I will simply say just begin with reaching in time to your offices, right? That is primarily one of the basic work ethics, and of course your timelines, following your deadlines and your timelines. Conflict resolution, as I've already explained, so you need to be more diplomatic, you need to understand the other person's emotions, you need to step into the other person's shoes, so you need to really make use of your EQ, and with that you will understand and resolve conflicts, right? And with that you will also rise as a team leader. So concluding with that, yeah, and we will commence again. Thank you.